to talk about how they made Sugar Mama go from this...
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
to this.
Clarence, is that true?
It must be.
If it wasn't for Tony, oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm back with another Proud Family video, and this is going to be a different type of video. This is going to be a video about Sugar Mama and the way they designed her, right? Because I've been thinking about this. I even made a video specifically about the way Poppy, you know, La Cieneka's grandfather, used to insult her and make fun of her looks and make fun of her appearance, make fun of her existence. But I want to go deeper into that. I want to go deeper into why the designers, the animators, the creators, the producers of the show decided to make Sugar Mama look the way she did.
I heard it all.
Because looking at certain episodes where Sugar Mama almost had a boyfriend or almost got married from the original series, you get to see this idea that because she was older, because she wasn't as attractive, right, per se, some people didn't think that she deserved love. Some people didn't think that the love from the guy, Clarence, was genuine, including Oscar, her own son. Basically, it's that idea that older, unattractive people don't deserve love. Or if somebody's in love with them, it has to be for another reason. It has to be some type of ulterior motive. And in that case, Oscar thought that the guy was after Sugar Mama for her money.
Stop obsessing over your mama's boyfriend.
I don't trust him, Trudy. He's a gigolo.
When he was the one that really had money, but the guy that Sugar Mama was about to marry had Alzheimer's disease, so he didn't really know what was going on.
I'm sorry for all the trouble my father's caused, but I couldn't let this marriage take place.
And that episode where Sugar Mama almost got married is one of the main ones I want to talk about. And this discussion of why did they make her look the way we know her to look, when they could have easily made her look the way she did when she got her transformation. To make a longer story short, Oscar wanted to prove so much that Sugar Mama was only being loved or only getting married because the man wanted her for her money. So he hired a private investigator to privately investigate what was going on with this guy.
Remember, don't tell Trudy Igloo. She wouldn't understand me hiring a PI to get the 411 on that bum Clarence.
Come to find out that he had a history of marrying different women and then leaving them. But you know, at the time, they didn't know that he had Alzheimer's disease. Sugar Mama, overhearing all of this, felt like she wasn't good enough, felt like she didn't look good enough in a way, so she wanted to get fit. She wanted to transform into a better looking version of herself. They knew what they were doing when it comes to the design of, okay, this is the old Sugar Mama, you know, who's heavy set, she's short, stumpy, and then you can't even really see her eyes half the time. Her eyes are like closed fists, like, you know, and she got a long, drawn out face, long chin. That's easy for someone like a Poppy to, you know, dispose her and make fun of her and disregard her, not take her seriously as a love interest, right? But then when she transformed, it was like, what happened? She got taller, she got thinner, her face was like, whoa, and she was wearing the lipstick and you could see her eyes clearly, and it was like, wow. I remember even when I was younger, I was like, oh, that's something that always stuck with me. I'm like, oh, that's Sugar Mama? You know, and this is me when I was younger. Not me as an adult watching this, rewatching this. When I was younger, that's one of those moments of the show that stuck with me. Like, oh, when Sugar Mama transformed and she was taller and skinnier and she had like a more conventionally attractive look to her design. You see, it's like the writers could never really let Sugar Mama find true love either.
Oh my God.
Goodbye, Clarence.
But do y'all remember that? When Sugar Mama drastically lost the weight and became taller and more attractive, causing even Poppy to compliment her? She eats a slice of cake and instantly transforms back to the old version of herself, much to Poppy's disappointment. This is a scene that always puzzled me even back then as a little kid watching this. Why do y'all think the animators decided to make such a harsh difference in Sugar Mama's features from young to old? Just look at this astonishing difference. Her older version is shorter, has a hunchback, a longer face, and extremely puffy eyes.
Why?
It's like they knew she was going to be the butt of many jokes, even as the matriarch of the family, so they purposely designed her that way. With that more conventionally attractive design, you saw how she got treated differently. And you want to know a major thing? This may seem weird in a way, but this was in the show. Asuka always alluded to the fact that Sugar Mama was unattractive. He always made fun of her looks. He always made fun of this, always made fun of that. If you watch the show, the old and the reboot, you see that him and Sugar Mama joking each other. But some of the jokes Asuka would say about Sugar Mama would be about her looks. His own mother, right? Then when she transformed, she was about to get married, she had this new conventionally attractive look. He complimented her without even knowing it was his own mother.
Who's that babe walking down the aisle with Bobby?
That's Sugar Mama, Oscar.
Who's this babe walking down the aisle? Well, that's Sugar Mama. But he was like, whoa. But then when he realized that Sugar Mama, what did he say next?
She really spent a fortune on this wedding.
What do you mean?
Do you know how much all that plastic surgery cost?
Him himself couldn't believe that this was the old, raggedy, stumpy looking Sugar Mama that he used to make fun of his own mother. Because she was so conventionally attractive now, the only thing he could think was that, oh, she got plastic surgery to look that good. Why didn't they make her look like this the whole time? They could have easily made Sugar Mama look that way. That could have been her original design. But they knew that in order to make Sugar Mama seem like the older, fussy matriarch, right? She's the grandmother of the show. She makes fun of Asuka. They want Asuka to make fun of her. They had the Poppy storyline where Poppy has to make fun of her. She can't look too good. Poppy has to have a reason to always insult her. This could be passed as a silly gag to not take so seriously. But with the history of the show, real fans know there's always a deeper meaning behind each gag or joke. I mean, this is the same show that had characters like the Chang triplets, with the reboot featuring episodes about colorism, autism, and reparations for black people. Y'all think it was all just jokes?
Down like that, okay?
Let's really analyze this. Here are just a few examples of the quote-unquote laughable insults Poppy would make at Sugar Mama's expense.
Ojos brillan como diamantes opacos. Mi día apenas se puso feo.
Isn't that beautiful?
Al contrario de ti, sí. No podría pensar que me vieran en público contigo. Yo personalmente conté 6 barbillas.
You can bite my neck anytime.
No, gracias. Yo no como puerco.
Are you seasick?
Sí, solo viéndote me enfermas. Tan apasionado de todo lo viejo y arrugado también. Que uno para el sabo. Un avance. Solo tienes la cara de un león, pero también eres valiente como tal. Yo preferiría bailar con lobos.
The choice to make this a running gag was intentional, just like the gag with Dejanay being the loudmouth and obnoxious, hopeless romantic. But what instances from real life do y'all think inspired this? What were the producers and writers trying to reference with Sugar Mama and Poppy? And did y'all ever notice how many of Poppy's insults against Sugar Mama involved comparing her to animals? But then let's reverse it, right? At the end of the episode, Poppy sees her alone eating a slice of cake. In her transformed look, he's attracted to her now. You know, this is her more conventionally attractive design. This is not the older, shorter, stumpier Sugar Mama. So he's like,
Wow, qué mujer más hermosa. Hola.
but then what happens after the Sugar Mama eats a little slice of cake?
Oh.
That new look is gone. And it's kind of like the episode or the producers or the writers telling you, all right, time to wrap it up, time to pack this up. You know, that was only for this episode. You know, Sugar Mama's going to go back to looking the way she did before, you know, where Poppy can continue to insult her. Basically, the producers and the writers and the animators of the show telling the audience, all right, that was it. Don't get used to Sugar Mama looking this good anymore. But let's take it back even further when Sugar Mama had a feud with one of Penny's teachers and they showed her in the 30s.
Wait a minute, hold on.
She looked young, she looked slim, she looked tall. Nothing like the Sugar Mama we know now. The 1930s version of Sugar Mama, I was like, okay, this is how she used to look back in the day. How did she get short and stumpy? Like, okay, of course, as people get older, they age. Some of them might gain weight, might get more heavy set. But it's like, how did she get so short? How did she lose height? right? How did her face get so long and drawn out? How did her eyes get so lumpy and closed, like and puffy, like a fist?
Could somebody please make it make sense?
When she got married, she transformed herself to be more conventionally attractive. All they did was make her look like an older version of her 1930s self. So you see, there's a disconnect. There's an inconsistency with the sugar mama we know and that 1930s version and that transformed version she became when she was about to get married. So you can see in the middle, there was this thing where it was like, we got to make her look like this for certain storylines. You know, we can't make her look too attractive because they knew Poppy and Oscar had to make fun of her in some type of way. They had people like Trudy, like, oh, Oscar, she makes him happy. Da-da-da. Oscar's like, no, there's obviously something wrong. Like, who would want to marry my mother? That's how he was acting. Is this a little bit of futurism? Is this a little bit of pretty privilege? I think so, because when you compare the designs of the sugar mama we know, the 1930s version of sugar mama, and then the version she looked like when she was about to get married, you see the disconnect. They purposely make designs for a reason. They go through so many drafts, so many approvals, so many denies, to where everybody's like, oh, that's the design. Okay, for this episode, that's the design. Okay, for this episode, that's the design. Okay, for Sugar Mama's main design, we want that one. How are they gonna make fun of Sugar Mama if she don't look a certain way? How are they gonna have people attracted to Sugar Mama if she don't look a certain way? The way that they design the characters, that could be subjective. You know, it is art, it is animation, but these animators know how to design a character to look good and how not to, right? So they know what they were doing. Intentionally, they designed her to look different ways for different purposes. So overall, that was just my observations when it came to the drastic changes of Sugar Mama's design and Sugar Mama's look. When it came to whatever they wanted the episode to portray, however they wanted other characters in the episode to treat Sugar Mama. And I want to know, what did y'all think about that? That episode, or those few moments where we got to see the transformed, skinnier, slimmer, more conventionally attractive version of Sugar Mama, most would say. What did y'all think about that? Why do you think they had her look one way in the 1930s, look one way as a transformed character, transformed design, but then the main version of Sugar Mama, she's short and stumpy. You can't really see her eyes. It's like a big, puffy, closed fist. Her face and all her features are exaggerated to where you could have characters like Poppy, or even her own son Oscar, make fun of her looks.
Look at him, look at her. You gotta be a gigolo to like something that jiggles that low.
It may be a little out there, but I feel like some of y'all know where I'm going, because I know I'm not the only one that, when I seen her transform look, when I saw the episode where it was supposed to be her from the 1930s, I was like, that's Sugar Mama? They did that for a reason, and I want to know what y'all think about it. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Remember what you always tell me, Sugar Mama. When one door closes,
Another one opens.